got exclusive footage now of what seems to be going wrong with Vinny Graziano, and it appears that Eduardo Alvarez has been putting some kind of voodoo magic on it.
There was a voodoo guy, and I was supposed to be doing like a penalty kick shootout and kind of act like I was getting stung by different needles with the voodoo doll and trying to make that look convincing. And
there was a voodoo doll in there at one time too, where the goalie couldn't save the goals because his arm was getting messed up by the guy on the sideline doing the voodoo doll. It's like, where did this idea come from? How did you come up with these crazy ideas?
I don't think there's anything in the official rule book against voodoo magic in the WCSL rule book, so I guess it must be legal.
That is ridiculous, Larry.
You know, after a brown card, you know, why not a voodoo doll?
Well, what's up with the doll? Look at voodoo. Look at him.
That makes 8 cheeks out there, Larry, according to my man. Oh!
That seemed to be a misdirected toss in, didn't it?
I think she's changed her technique dramatically.
Right in the lap of Jose Hernandez.
At the far post there.
Man, that was almost a gimme goal by the ball girl.
It was.
I'm sure it's just an accident, Ozzy, don't you think?
I'd like to think so, but time will tell.
So I was a ball girl, and I had been having little cahoots with one of the players on the Miami team.
Look at that. Did you see that? Right to Hernandez.
So I was intentionally throwing the ball to him when I would toss it in.
Ozzy, she did it again, right to Jose Hernandez.
Something smells very fishy about this one, Larry. You know, the commission's got to get involved here. This can't be seen to be happening.
Is the ball girl from Miami or what? 21-20, Miami with the lead, and I gotta say the ball girl has helped them regain the lead.
I am not the most sports-oriented person, so I was a little scared that I wasn't going to throw it to the right player. So I was really trying hard to make sure, so it looked very intentional that I was throwing it to him, but I was scared that my aim was going to be off.
Well, we had reports that the ball girl had been throwing specifically to number 1 on the Miami team. We've reviewed the tapes, and we don't believe that he was actually involved since we know that he's married. So we have ruled that the ball lady will be disqualified and she needs to be removed from the building. So we've asked this officer to remove her, and we're going to ask Maria to do it. Can happen. We have a fair and square game here when we play soccer.
Guy with a voodoo doll, fine. Pizza guy, cool. Girl throwing the ball slightly over to one side. No, you gotta go.
So she's going to have to be removed.
A very dramatic moment. I remember reaching for him, and you know, he was crying out that I was having to be kicked out, and the crowd was saying boo.
Okay, we're going to start the game. I don't think I've ever seen a game where we haven't had a toss out, an official toss by a ball girl. We have a bald man.
Oh no!
Who's going to actually throw the toss out?
Does he really have to remove a pretty girl like that?
This is taking a hit, hasn't it?
Oh, dear. Bring back the ball girl. Who cares if she cheats, Larry? You, I, and the rest of the soccer slam world don't want to be burdened with that shiny mug.
No, not at all. We got a whole period to watch it.
And I became the ball girl. So I'm the one throwing the ball in instead of being out there with a whistle.
There's that poor substitute for the ball girl. I miss her, don't you?
Oh, I can't stand looking at that referee.
I knew the ball girls, and I think I was genuinely upset that she was removed.
Take that man away.
Yeah, that's not a pretty picture there, Ozzy.
It was a very fun chance to play the bad girl for once, because I usually got cast as, you know, the good girl.
Now, just what the heck was the deal with the ball girl here? What was that all about?
She's just a sweet girl who tried to help me out, so it didn't work, so we lost.
Yeah, I guess you did lose. In fact, everybody lost on that deal.
Had some fun with the stereotypes there. I mean, a lot of stuff wouldn't play now probably, but it was fun 20 years ago.
Oh, there's more arrogance from New York. Vinny Graziano, he's paying the price already.
I think it's obvious the show, if it was made today, wouldn't have those elements.
Those guys are racist, man. The stuff they're saying to my players, I'm going to report to the commissioner.
That having been said, I don't think any of them were particularly offensive.
Jose Hernandez, you are going down. You are going home to Cuba on one of the makeshift drafts, and you're going to go all the way across the sea, son.
By the end of the show, the Storm have actually beaten their racist opponents.
The real concern is the racist comments and the attitudes I don't think that's on, Larry.
No, that's something the league just might have to investigate.
Well, and at the end, you know, it's the good guys always win. You know, you don't let the bad guys win. So it was scripted, so, you know.
This is what I'm talking about. The good guys always win. You know what I'm saying? These guys are foul-mouthed, racist, you know what.
Who knows, maybe Soccer Slam was actually more progressive and woke than we give it credit for.
And now to see where we were at and where we're at now, it's like, oh, yeah. We trampled all over good nature.
And then I'm kind of embarrassed how young everybody was, like the girls and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, looks like a 12-year-old girl with my pace right now. You know, it's like they were a little young, so it was kind of hard. You know, we were just grabbing anybody off the street. It's who you knew, throw them in the mix, and just get it done.
Yeah, I mean, we were young and
I'm always like up
carefree. Like, sure, yeah, we'll do it, whatever.
Yeah, why not? New experience.
I think there were some scantily clad women hanging around our team. And again, you know, you think about it, well, I would not call it politically correct or appropriate, but, you know, there's lingerie football on TV, right? So that you see on TV is no less outrageous than anything we tried.
I mean, I was kind of shocked. I was like, because I was like, when did this take place? Because they were a grade below me in high school, and I was like, are they still in high school when this happened? But no, they were out. But it was awesome seeing them. So they were like playing like the harem of the owner of the team. And I mean, they're just like around him, like rubbing his chest. And I was like, Sarah, what are you doing? That guy's like your dad's age. And it was hilarious. But it's Mike Pace, so it's like, how could you not want to rub Mike Pace's chest? He's a legend.
Oh, Larry. Naughty but nice.
It was a little flirtatious and whatnot in the comments, but I honestly felt that there was a little balance because of those crop tops that the guys were wearing. It's like I wasn't the only one being a little bit objectified there, you know?
There's no way in hell if we recreate this that we would ever do some of the things we did that'd be so politically incorrect, and we recognize that. But in the day, it was one to create shock, it was comedy, it was, you know, all the things with that.
Oh, lovely Maradona piece of skill there. Jean-Paul Frappier, maybe he's been training a little bit and coming to the game because he has now set up the first goal.
The passing alone was excellent.
I think with all the players that were there is you still have that pride in your performances, and so you don't want to lose possession of the ball. When you score, you want to make sure that you're scoring, you know, good goals.
It's exciting. Name one other score.
Oh, bicycle kick right off the bat with the slam ball.
That's good for 6 points there for Dino DiCarlo.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was legit soccer. There was some flopping, but that's legit soccer too.
Slam ball.
Oh, Scott Beavers, a little bit of a stomping incident there.
Those guys could play and they had great foot skills.
While Miami is still getting back to the... Oh, Larry! What a strike! Right foot!
Anytime we're playing soccer against somebody else, you're trying to win. Or you're trying to, you know, do better than whoever you're playing against.
A great goal right there, Connor Armstrong.
Most of these guys aren't goalies. They can't use their hands, and they're using their hands, and they're pushing guys and not getting whistled. So they were doing all sorts of things they couldn't do on a soccer field. They all enjoyed it.
Whoever the producer was or director at the time was saying, we want you to kick a ball 40 yards in the air, and then Bernie or Wes, can you guys just do a bicycle kick and kick it in the goal? And we're like, it doesn't work that way. It comes natural, so to speak.
Hey, what a great move!
And I think that the games were legit in the way that the players were attempting to do things. I don't think they were trying to throw the game, unless there were moments where that was supposed to happen.
You know, the soccer itself, it's one of those things where I think to myself, okay, well, if they had a little bit more money, the players were a little bit better, you start wondering if this thing could work. But there are decent moments, there's some good exchanges, there's some skill there.